Hey, future lawyer, this is Nitin Pradhan, the host for today's podcast. Today we have an amazing and enthusiastic guest, Soumya Sonka from University of Allahabad, and now she'll introduce herself.
Okay, hello everyone. My name is Soumya Sonkar, and currently I am pursuing my DLLB honors from the Faculty of Law, University of Allahabad, and I am in my fourth year currently. Uh, my basic, you can say, my basic interest in the field of law are constitutional law, human rights, feminist jurisprudence, and I love debating more. I am more inclined towards the public speaking. Secondly, I want to pursue my career as a judge, and I want to go to judiciary. And my second priority would be litigation. That's all.
Okay, so I would like to start. After you completed your class 12, you choose law as a career, but um, there are other paths also that we could choose, but why law only as a career you decided?
Okay. Listen, when I was in my 10th standard, okay, I was from the science background only. In 12th also I had a science background, but after preparing for my board exams, high school board exams, I decided that I want to make my career in humanities and to be precisely in law. Then results came and my parents wanted me to pursue science. They wanted me to become an engineer. However, so however, my interest was not in the field of engineering or BTech or anything like that. So because of them, I chose science as my field in 11th and 12th. Then after it was my 2020 batch, and COVID came. COVID happened, and so then also they wanted me to go for BTech, but then I protested because I did not want to pursue engineering because I did not had a single interest in that. And if I would have pursued that, I would not have done. I knew that I would not have done very good in that field. So I somehow persuaded them. I convinced them, and obviously it was not easy to convince your parents, of course.
Yes.
So it took me almost 2 months, and since it was all lockdown, so I set my CLAT preparation. Uh, I took up a crash course and then I appeared for the CLAT. Uh, and results came out. I was getting some NLU, but due to some financial issues, my counseling could not be taken up. So then I had no other choice to like take up this Allahabad University. And
Okay.
secondly, yeah, I cleared the symbiosis from Pune as well. But the thing is, I did not want to go for corporate, so I just left that.
Okay, so as
Yeah,
you prepared for CLAT, and definitely you would have got selected, and you would have been studying because of some of your own reasons you could not. But it definitely needs lots of positivity and lots of determination while studying for CLAT, because CLAT is not easy. There are thousands of students
definitely.
who take gap year for 2 years or 1 year so that they can study in a good college or NLU,
Mhm.
and I have a question, while you was prepping up, for your CLAT, so what were the problems you faced? What were the struggle, the face, while struggling you had while studying for CLAT? And, what do you think that uh, the upcoming law students who's in class 11 or might be in 12 should not face that you faced?
Okay. So, since CLAT is a comprehensive based test, okay. So I did not I did not face problem in comprehension because I already have an interest in literature and I keep on reading novels and everything. So comprehension was not that tough for me. The thing which I felt that I could have done better if I was aware of these things before during my school journey was that being in touch with the current affairs, being in touch uh, with everything that is going around and in the society and everything. So basically, what students who are preparing for or who are aspiring to pursue CLAT, what they can do is they can just have they, they just need to take out 1 hour from their whole day, and they just have to be like aware what is going around. Like if we talk about the current issue, money first. So what they can do is either they can read a newspaper daily, or they can read magazine in a fortnight. Okay, that that was my
You know, even while preparing for CLAT, the students, who have just started, and the students who don't go for coaching, they have a problem with lack of resources. So did you
yeah.
face, while you were preparing up for CLAT?
No, since I had already joined the coaching, so resources was not a backdrop for me. I had numerous resources, reading resources. I had, in fact, I would say that I was having less time to read those resources. But I did not encounter any challenge regarding resources.
Okay. And what were the expectation before you joined a law college? And was it expectation like, up to the mark when you joined it?
Obviously not. Coming in, like when you are appearing for class and your expectations are here, and
Yes.
when you end up in Allahabad University, your expectations are just shattered. Your hopes shattered.
Yes.
To be very honest, I had thought that there would be a mooting culture, although it had been now inculcated. Well, the infrastructure and the faculties that are in NUs, we have good faculty. We are taught criminal law subjects, property law subjects, and everything by senior professors. Okay, so faculty is very good. The thing which I believe that my college can do good in the perspective of that is uh, they can have more mooting culture. They can have they don't encourage restaurants going on in internships. Even if we take a break, then also they don't encourage that. So what I believe that if you want to go for corporate, or then Allahabad University is a big no. Why I chose Allahabad University after whatever happened with me, because I wanted to appear for judiciary or litigation. So for that, if anyone wants to go for judiciary, then he or she may choose this university. Otherwise, if one is aspiring to go in a corporate field, then it's a big no, because here we don't have corporate culture. So there is no placement. There is no active placement here.
Yeah. And as you are already in fourth year, like now it's about to end, and what do you think about the people who are always like we are having the tag of non-NLU, non-NLU? I don't know why, but definitely I am not against it or not for it. I'm just in the middle, but people are always like I am a non-NLU student, and what do you think about this? Does it affects our career telling we are a non-NLU student?
Uh, some way it does, because when we apply for internships, we get rejected because of our college. And at the same time, I have friends in general and other law schools, symbiosis, and everywhere. So, NMIMS, they send their CV. What happens is that they send their CV and they just get selected because of the college. So sometimes we face problems regarding our college. We don't get accepted for internships. Otherwise, what I have noticed while going for moot courts is that here in our college, we are having a good academic knowledge. So when it comes to academics, we are much better than the non-NLU students, because we have his students here have knowledge, they have capability. All they require is a little guidance and support from the faculty. Just that.
And another question is, like you want to do judiciary or litigation, do you think that studying in a law college, in a good law college, or matters? Because people are like, bus law college pad lo ho gaya. They don't see which college. Some of them, like, relatives come and they're like, okay, law college pad liya bus. But we know, that we want to study in a good law college. Do you think it affects in the field of judiciary or litigation in India?
I won't say it would affect in judiciary. Our law, like this law, is a dynamic field. Here you require knowledge plus exposure plus practical experience. And in judiciary also, if you are aspiring for judiciary, then also you require practical knowledge, practical experience, because you would be judging, you would be delivering judgments, you would be analyzing the scenarios. And when you would be lacking this practical experience or exposure, then you would not be able to deliver your judgment in a good way, in a fair manner. So, law school, if you're choosing any law school just for the sake of pursuing LLB or just for the sake of having a LLB degree, then I believe that it is not of that much worth, because if if that college is allowing you to not just come in the college, and they don't encourage competitions or anything as such, then you would not be like gaining much from that college except that degree. So if they if you are in a college which encourages students to take part in competitions, sends students in events with parliament, moot courts, and everything, and internships as well. So, student requires practical experience. That if a student is having that, if a student is getting that, then I believe that law college is a good one. It does not matter if it is an NLU or a non-NLU. Central universities and many private universities, they are also doing good in that field.
And another question is, like now you're almost about to end with the law school, and you may have done many moods or debates, mediation competitions. Can we also hear about the experiences that you had and the struggles you had, like while doing your first moot court or mediation or any other competitions while you were doing, as a law student?
Yeah, indeed. Because since I told you that our college does not have much of a culture of debating and mooting. Now it has, like, after COVID, it was just like it had just come to an end. Now it has started. So I did my first move in the January this year, because our 2 years went in COVID. So since 2020 and 21, they went in COVID. While I was preparing for, before that, I appeared for intramode. So from intramode, from the basic level, I learned a lot of things that helped me in my national moot court competition. How you debate, how you draft your memorials, how you argue, how what code of conduct you are supposed to follow in a courtroom, and everything. So if any student, if any law student wants to take part in moot courts and everything, the what he or she can do is just to start from the basics. That is intramode. Because if people think that intramode, it's just an intramode, it's just an, no, it is not just an intramode. It is much more than that, because in because from intramode only you learn how things work. Okay, so my major learnings were from my intramode, as I told you. Then, thankfully, in my first national moot court competition, my team was in the semi-finalist, and now currently I haven't done any international moot so far, but I'm preparing for an international moot.
Okay, as you said, that you went into like till semis, right? Semis,
Yeah.
while for your moot court. Even I've just completed my first and I'm in a second year. Even I did a national moot court. So even I was, even my team, we reached till quarters. It's, I guess, it's a motivating factor. Rather it be intra or inter moot court college, I feel it's a very motivating factor for a law student. Getting up to some point where we don't think, when we go for the first moot, we don't think that we'll win. We'll just think that we'll do best and come. What do you say in
Yeah.
this? How was your reaction when you went till semis? Because definitely it's not easy reaching to the place, and different colleges, different students, everyone's very prepped up and come up there. Okay, they'll come there and it's very difficult. But how did you face those challenges and resolved it?
Okay. So when we were, especially this was my first time going for a national moot court competition. I had fears. I was afraid of how the teams would would be coming up. And when we reached there, some of the teams were like, they were so hyped up, so hyped up, and that when we saw them, we were like we were afraid that oh shit, man, we would not be able to make up to the, we would not be able, even we would not be, we would not be able to even qualify the first round. So
I can totally feel you because we also had, like top national or universities out there. There was NASA, and
exactly,
even we were shocked. They were so
right,
hyped up. And
yeah,
even I even thought, that we would make up to the place where we went that day. Yeah,
yeah.
and let's talk about the challenges that you faced while
Yeah.
prepping up for
So,
this.
okay. While prepping up, see, we lack resources. By resources, I mean we do not have access to Manupatra SEC online in
Okay.
our college. Yeah. So researching was a bit tough for us because we were not able to find relevant case laws. So that was the major challenge that I faced. Regarding uh, regarding oral rounds, we had our seniors who like made us prepare for the oral rounds. So major challenge in this university is that we lack resources. Now they are giving us Manupatra, and that is also restricted to only the people who are going for competitions.
As you said about the resources, there are many colleges, they right now they don't have those manupatra or ssc online. So what do you think, where should we take information or resources from when we don't have ssc or manupatra? Because eventually it gets very difficult to make a memorial, because research is one of the most important thing we have to do while
Yeah.
going for a mood. So, where did you take up those resources from when you didn't had, from Manupatra or SSC online while prepping up for mood?
Okay. So during my last mode court competition, our problem was based on international law, maritime law. Okay. So we like we searched articles from Google Scholar and various resources. Like there are various journals. So okay, they provide articles. So we had divided articles in three parts. So this part, speaker one would be reading, this part speaker two would be covering, and this part researcher would be covering. So from journals, from articles, and in fact from the news channels also, or anything that has been published in social media as well. So we utilized such sources for our help. So uh, there was the reading took our most of the time because we were not able to find uh, relevant case laws and everything in just one go. So reading was the most part that took our time. And after and trust me, it feels that in Manupatra and SCC we would be getting case laws and everything in an instant. But if you will be reading various articles or various research papers also, there also on the subject matter, there also you will be finding various arguments that could support or that could defend your case. So we had these sources.
I guess there's also a website called something Indian Kanun,
Yeah,
where we
Indian
get
crime.
all the case reference. Because when I was prepping up for my moot court, we our college had the access, but we didn't know how to use at that time.
Indian Kanun, and there's also Desi Kanun after.
Yes, I guess we get all the cases
Case
reference where
law,
we can
yeah.
write from. Okay,
Yeah.
so now I'll be asking you some questions. That a first, not a first probably, but a student or an upcoming student may have. Okay, so the first question is, what are some effective study tips, steps, and strategies for law school?
Consistency, I would say, because if you think that you will be students, however students do that, uh, one day, one night before the exam, they are collecting all the relevant materials and they are
Yes.
just they are sitting and studying, and they think, oh yes, I have done my exam, I have cleared up. But where these students lack is, I believe, in answer writing, because the more you will read, the more consistent you would be since the day one of your semester. So the more precise your answer writing would be, and you would be able to write your answers in a very better way. Because in law schools, I don't know about other law schools, but what happens in my college is that we are giving a set of questions, maybe 6 or 7 questions, and we have to write. It is divided into short questions, long questions. So we are supposed, and we are given a word limit. So we have to stick to that word limit, and we are supposed to frame our answers accordingly. So many students believe that filling up the pages is necessary, but no, teachers are also not fools. They also read what content are you filling up.
Yes.
So basically, consistency is required because that will improve your answer writing. And if your answers would be like full of blood and flesh, then obviously you will be getting more good marks.
Yes. Another question is, how do you balance academics with extracurricular activities and social life in law school?
Yeah, this question, many of my juniors keep on asking me that, ma'am, you keep on doing such and such things. How do you manage to score such good marks? So okay, what I do is whenever I am doing an internship in between my semesters. So what I do, I just divide up my time. That I have to do this work from this and this time. Then I will be doing my this and this work. Then I will be studying or something. Studying, I don't study daily, to be very honest. But I make it sure that I am like aware that whatever is going on in my class, whatever topic is running on, so that I do not lose touch
Yes,
of the
because
subject.
because I think law students, they have a very stressful life, especially for those five
Yeah,
years. Because in our vacations, we have to go back to the place where we are interning, and when we are in
yeah,
college, definitely, half of the semester we are always preparing for competitions or for some fun activities rather than
yeah,
studying. And definitely,
yeah.
studying is almost like the end moment everyone studies a month ago, or But yes, as you said, consistency is very important. Yes, it
Yeah,
is.
and yes, it is not that much tough to balance our academics and internships and other competitions in my college because they focus more on studies. They focus more on competitive exams. So we get ample amount of time to manage our competitions and academics.
Okay. How important is networking in legal field, and how do you build professional connection?
Okay, so networking is the key to this legal profession, I would say. The- in this field you require connections I would say if you are litigating and if any case comes from another state and you have to take up that case, so how would you take up that case? You would obviously you will be calling your friend from that state or anyone you know. So connection is very important. How I build connections? I build connections while I do internships, while I go to competitions. And LinkedIn, of course, LinkedIn is a great source of connection. You can just get to know about how the people are, what they are doing, how they are interacting, and everything. And so, but internships and competitions, they are the major uh, areas where you can build up your connection.
And as you're about to end your law school, what advice would you give to someone who is interested in pursuing a specific area of law? Because by the end, we have to, choose a specific area of law where we want to. So, what do you think on this?
Well, I believe if one has to choose a specific area, then obviously one would be willing to go with the field in which one has an interest. But what I'm saying is that IPR field is also gaining much prominence. And while what I believe that while one has to choose a specific area for pursuing further studies, he or she must keep in mind that if he believes that he would be able to do much good and
Yes,
uh, he has an interest in that field, then only one should choose that area. Otherwise, obviously studying ample amount of books is a tiresome job, right?
yes.
So it's better to choose an area where you are more interested, where you have your interests. So it could be interesting.
Do you think that LinkedIn is very important as a law student?
I would not say very important. You can get updates from the various uh, sites such as Loctopus, Law Bhumi. They also provide internship and other opportunities. I would not say that it is very important, but yes, it is important because through LinkedIn you are like you are in touch with what is going around you. What are the what other students are doing? For example, you are only aware of your college, that your peers are doing this and this. How will you be able to know that the student from this NLU, from this college, from this university, they are up to this? So for that, if you want to know this, and then LinkedIn is important, obviously, because you will be able to know, you will be able to notice people. You will be learning also. LinkedIn teaches you a lot. How the people are like freelancing there. The people are content writers. So
Yes.
yeah.
Another question, what should one expect during his or her first year of law school?
Sorry.
What should one expect during his or her first year of law school?
Okay, so if one is like hyped up seeing the Bollywood movies or Hollywood movies that my law school would be so and everything. So I would not say that you would have much expectation because when you are in a school, you are in a different role, and as soon as you enter the college, you meet a different set of people. You meet a wide variety of people from different states. Okay, while you are in college, your connection and everything is confined to one area.
Yes.
So uh, when you just enter into a law college, you should interact. You should be interacting with people. You should be engaging in the activities that are ongoing in your law school. Then only you will be able to decide that how what approach should you be keeping, and how will you be able to deal with such and such people, because obviously not all people are good in the law school. You would be having friends, you would be having fights, you would be having enemies, some people would be jealous of you. So then only when you will be experiencing those things, then only you will be learning that how to deal with those people. And second thing, academics. So when you will be coming in the law schools, then only you will be studying. And in the first year, you are not like just given that you have to study IPC or CRPC. It starts with the basic subjects. So I believe, come into the law school, then see the pace of your learning and how do you have to manage everything.
Okay. Okay, now let's go to segment part. Okay.
Hmm.
So the first segment is law student confessions, your funniest legal fails. Okay, in this fun segment, our law students get the chance to share their most hilarious and embarrassing legal mishap and mistakes. From mispronouncing legal terms in class to accidentally citing the wrong cases in the moot court competition. We want to hear all the laugh out loud moments that have happened on your law school journey.
Okay. So my most embarrassing moments, I would say, I can't remember. Okay. My most embarrassing moment in the law school was when I was attending a class. Yeah, land law class was going on, and the teacher, he was an author of a book. So the professor was telling us about his book, and I was not in the habit of attending his classes because uh, it was winter semester. Okay, so his class was supposed to be taken up at 9 a.m. and I could not get up at that time. So once I attended his class, and in that class only he was telling about his book. He has already conveyed that he was the author of this book, and it was published. So he was telling us that it has been published, and so I just stood up and asked him, "Sir, who is the author of the book?"
Okay.
And everyone was laughing like hell, and the teacher was blank. He said, he did not say anything. Everyone in the class started laughing. I don't. What wrong did I ask? Did I ask anything wrong? What was wrong in my question? Then the one sitting next to me told that sir is the author of the book, and he is telling about his own book. His book has been published. That was the
Okay.
most embarrassing moment for me.
Okay, so let's move on to another segment, which is called dispelling myths about law students. Okay, first I want to ask you some myths that a non-NLU student may be thinking.
Yeah.
To to an NLU student, NLU students are only for the academic geniuses. What do you think?
And LU students are only for academic geniuses.
Yes.
No, 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 no. I don't believe this, and even I do not feel so because I have seen this when I was when I was when I participated in the national local competition. In fact, what happens in NIU is that there are a lot of activities, and every week they are engaging in some or the other activities. So it's not like that like when I interact with my friends at NLU, so they tell me that here they don't focus on exams or like rote learning or anything as such. They prepare us for the competitions, for public speaking, for how to debate, how to pose arguments, and etc. So that's what I told you earlier. That here in my university and I think in other central universities as well, the students there are they are more good in academics rather than in practical activities. These activities. However, in NLU, the students there are more trained in these activities rather than academics.
Only NLUs guarantee successful careers.
Oh no, how big no. There are people who have who are doing good and they are bureaucrats, judges from the central universities, the state universities and private universities. No, 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 an edu or no college can guarantee your success. It is you who can do anything.
NLUs are all about competitions and cutthroat environment.
Well, all about competition. It might be possible. I can't say that it is totally untrue, but yeah, somewhat I have seen that it is more about competition, not totally, but it is more about competition than this cut for competition.
NLUs are only for those seeking corporate law careers.
No, no. The one who want to pursue litigation as well, litigation judicial or anyone. NLU is very good for them. It's not like that only corporate ones should go for NLU.
Okay. So now I'll be asking question, the myths about law school
Okay.
as a whole. Law students are always serious in studies.
No, no, we are not serious every time. In fact, in fact, we are serious of like very much less time. We are engaged in activities like studying these much of books, hefty books is already a tiresome task. And if we do not engage ourselves in activities, in movies, in web series, in partying, in hangouting, in traveling, then our life would be dull.
Yeah. Law student is boring and stressful all the time.
Not at all. Not at all. We are not boring. We are very funny person.
So, okay, before ending this podcast, now I'd like to ask you a question that you would like to, say to this upcoming law student, the student, who's studying on first or second year. What would you like to say them?
Okay, so what I have noticed in my college among the first year and second year students is that they are running after internships मतलब रुक ही नहीं रहे करे जा रहे कुछ ना कुछ करना ही करना है ठीक है it is good to do internships but you should analyze which internship is teaching you things and which internship is just giving you certificate. There are students who do internships just for the sake of having much number of certificates. You should not be running after the internships. You would be getting internships, good internships. In fact, around your third year. In fact, second years also they also do get good internships. But the first thing I would like to say: do not run after internships. Rather, you should engage yourself in writing research papers, writing
Yes.
articles. because application is very important in your CV.
Even I think that research paper is very important.
Yeah,
Internship is important, but a very quality internship, not like 8 to 10. It's
exactly.
like 2 3, but a very quality internship is important, I
हाँ,
feel.
qualitative over
And
quantity.
especially going for corporate field, they definitely look for CV like a lot, like they choose CV
Yeah,
one by one. And okay, thank you so much for accepting the invite to come to my podcast,
it
Locus.
was amazing.
It was very fun interacting with you. Thank you so much.
Same likewise.
Okay.
Very well. Thank you.